want to welcome back Storm here.
Kimmy here.
Mom here.
I hope I have the right squares. I love doing that. We have to get a little creative with Zoom, right? So, welcome guys. We're going to be watching more of The Legend of Korra. We're getting towards the end of this season, it looks like. We've been saying that, a little bit of build-up. So we are on episode 11 of season 2. I like this season so far. I mean, like, it is good. We do get a lot of mixed opinions. We try to form our own before I really read into too many comments. On Patreon, people usually don't spoil things so much, and a lot of you don't on YouTube as well, but sometimes I get warned that, oh, there's a spoiler there, you know. But I know this is very different, and it gets better after this season, people have been saying a lot of.
Okay.
So I like this idea. It is very far-fetched, and I know it's so influenced by anime, and you guys really don't have any reference to that besides watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, which that's influenced by anime, and you did see Princess Mononoke, so I am happy we did see that. We did have some copyright issues with it, and even though we used it in fair use, we still might watch some more Studio Ghibli and some animes down the road, but we might have to get creative with that, where of course we're still following laws, but they might be Patreon exclusives only. We'll see, meaning that there won't be any actual copyright content, but we add visual aids to our full reactions to keep us in sync with each other a lot easier. But we'll work that out. So anyways, I am happy you guys did see Princess Mononoke, because that did have a lot of reference with this. Like, so I thought that was really good.
Helpful.
Yeah.
I liked it. It worked out perfectly.
Yeah. I wasn't sure how much it would be similar, but we already saw some references to the first show with Aang in the first season when he turned into that big blue monster, and it kind of reminded me of the Nightcrawler or the night spirit in the forest, you know, Princess Mononoke, and this one's called Spirit, so it's like, okay, well, there are a lot of references that, or at least it looks a lot like that movie, so I'm glad we did see that. Yeah, so not good so far with Jinora. I feel really bad for her.
Jinora,
I freaking love Tenzin. He's such a good dad, and you really feel for him. Like, I think he's definitely one of my favorite characters on this show, because he is just so well-rounded. He's very caring, and I hate how he's beating himself up over not being good enough to have a spiritual connection like his dad, but he's a different person too, and he can't always be exactly, and that's a hard thing to measure up to. He's the
he's
Avatar.
So used to being in control all the time, and being, you know,
and he's so serious, and he studies hard, and you can study, and again, like, follow your dreams, and if you work hard, you can succeed, absolutely, but it doesn't always mean that you're a failure if you can't reach certain goals, you know. And Tenzin just wants to be the best, and it's not about him like competing, but yeah, like, he just works so hard, and he wants to be just like his dad. And Aang really worked hard with him, loved him, and taught him all the airbender ways, because he has to pass it on, because he technically was the last airbender once his father passed, and then he had kids, you know. It's just too much pressure on him, so I feel bad, but he's just so well-rounded where, you know, he has a fun side to him, a very serious side, and he's very loving, and he loves his freaking kids so much. So now that Jinora's stuck in the spirit world, and Korra's kind of acting like she died, I don't know if that's how, if she thinks that's what happened. I mean, the freaking uncle, I'm sorry I keep calling him that, but it's just like, he's so messed up to do that to a freaking kid. And he goes after Korra, his niece, and then he goes after Jinora. Like, he doesn't care. Even his own kids, he doesn't care.
No, he doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
He has to go.
No, he doesn't.
And Tenzin's so lost, he can't do anything. He's like, what happened to her? What happened to Jinora?
I know, and just having that devastation, like, my heart broke. I'm like, oh my God, like, his worst fear is coming to life right now. So I think she's fine. I mean, like, she's not in a good place right now, but hopefully she'll be okay and be able to come back to her body. Hopefully she won't be stuck in the spirit world now, but then she can hang out with Iroh. I know, I'm changed.
Yes.
That was such a wonderful surprise.
That was very good.
And I know they're separating this show from the original, but I freaking love the old gang, and it's so great when they sneak them in. We saw a little bit of Aang. I wanted to really learn more about Sokka, though. I love Katara. We do see her in the real world, and I just feel bad because I feel like she's lonely. Like, her family's not there. She lives by herself, I'm assuming, and Sokka's gone, and Aang, of course, he's gone, and she's not even in the same area.
She's got the coolest stories to listen to.
I know, and she can tell really good
Her
stories
memories.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that makes me a little sad, but I want to learn more about Sokka. We haven't heard anything about him
Yes,
really. We saw him in a couple
yeah,
flashbacks, but I love seeing the old gang come into play, and the characters in this are very wonderful too. But I love that. So, anyways, so Iroh was definitely a huge plus. I didn't expect that, so that was fun.
That was
So
a
happy to
treat.
see him. Yeah.
So maybe he'll also have more of a part to play in this. But I'll also take that back because that was probably just a treat for us. Maybe we'll see him here and there, but maybe it wouldn't be good. Just like with Aang, where Iroh was like, Aang has to defeat the Fire Lord. I can't, because then it's going to be an endless cycle, brother killing brother. It can't be that way. The Avatar has to bring peace. So
That's
I don't think
right,
he
yeah.
can get involved in the spirit world with that, because Korra has to take her place as the Avatar, and as she has been doing, but still, like with this challenge, she has to take care of it. With help from her friends, but she has to be the one to snuff out this problem.
And we haven't seen her
right, yeah.
friends. We have to get through this.
Yeah, there's like no gang
dilemma
anymore.
first.
What's going on? Yeah. So a lot of separate things going on right now. So that's different too from the original series. You know?
Yeah.
So let's get into it and see what bad things are going to happen. Hopefully Jinora will be okay. Poor Tenzin, he needs a hug. He would be fun to have coffee with. I don't know if he drinks coffee or tea. Tea. All right, so 211. I believe, what is this episode called? This one's called Night of 1,000 Stars. Oh, I like that title.
Oh.
Night of 1,000 Stars. And I see Bolin, so he's a mover.
Oh my
I don't think it
goodness.
means that, though, being a star, but maybe it means that the spirit world's really going to take over and it's going to be really dark or something. I don't know. All right, so let's get into this.
Let's see.
We'll wait and see. So 211, let's roll. It's so pretty. Aw. Did they bring her body? Oh, they did bring her body. Oh, that's terrifying.
Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh, you know.
He's so ingrained in this.
Oh,
Yes.
my God. He's in character. Oh, what the heck?
Yeah, he's so stuck on that.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Yeah, he's not going to
for
know
it.
until
He's
right when it
just-
happens. Hopefully he realizes now that they're just characters. Nope.
Oh, America.
Red stuff.
That stuff? Oh my God. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. They're all black and white.
Oh.
He's talking to him. Oh, drop me.
Oh, awesome.
Ice Age. Oh my God. Uh-oh. Yup, see? Maka warned. Just to push his opinion even more.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
No, somebody.
Joke.
Bebop boop.
Oh.
Cause why not? Fake paw. Oh,
Dramatic.
God.
I love that the cut. See? Funny you mentioned it.
It's like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, ew.
Oh my goodness.
Blood?
He never lets one wait.
Yeah. Ooh.
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 Oh.
The hero.
I don't think so. In real life.
He's not a waterbender? Ah, he ripped his sleeves. That's great. There's more water around. Where's your earth? Maybe there's still discs in there. Oh, yep. There we go.
Oh, he's really new.
He's in the audience.
Illegal. Yes.
I'm highly amused. Nut tuck. Wow, he just said it. Wow, you are ruined.
Come on, assistant.
Do the thing.
You know he has a plan
The
B.
music.
Oh.
Woohoo!
So in sync.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't want to be there.
Oh.
Oh, now look at my boyfriend. No, he's a boyfriend.
No, she wants him to be.
Oh. Of course.
Oh, okay,
now.
he doesn't care.
Maybe, yeah. Oh, he's too interested right now in this.
Your brother's in
Just
jail.
And the Fire Nation attacked.
Oh,
Got a
jeez.
big head much?
Everyone's eyes.
You all tried. Where's Mako? The poor guy. He was the one who
Oh,
knew
yeah.
all along.
Good.
Aw. Yay! Sorry about that.
Yay! Yay!
Those guys. Oh!
Oh, guess what?
Uh-oh. Oh! Oh!
Oh my!
Maybe because her memory?
Oh my God!
So she doesn't remember.
Oh wow!
No!
Well,
Somebody's like,
yeah, we broke up.
In front of everybody?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
in front of anyone. Oh,
it's bad
look
now,
at
reality.
I was gonna say, how is he free?
really?
Oh my
That's
goodness!
great.
Really? Oh my goodness! He has.
I did.
Yeah. That was bad. Listen.
Of course he does.
That's good. Ooh. I like that one, though. He doesn't care about family at all.
Mm. Oh, he's horrible.
Yeah. God, he's so strong. He's punching ice.
It's gonna get him.
I hope he doesn't stab him in the spirit.
Oh.
Ooh.
He is ruthless.
What a jerk. Your own brother. God, he's messed up. I really hope he goes down.
That's for sure. How sick is that?
Going after all his family members. Like, he screwed up everything from the start, getting him banished, you know? Like, all the stuff he's doing
still
just
right with him.
Yeah.
That's right.
That is so terrible.
Oh
I know, and I get it, because, like, I was thinking that, too, when they were fighting for him, and, you know, he's not a good dad to them at all, and he just wants what he wants. He's very selfish, and he's trying to see a bigger picture, but it's really just him. Like, he doesn't really care about anything else, you know? He just wants to have this evil spirit and take over the world. But I get it that his kids only know how they were brought up, and they, I guess, always had him. So even though he's done bad things to them, they don't know anything else, I guess, so they still follow him. But I'm hoping...
Yeah, you're right.
That's right.
I'm hoping they start to change. Because even...
That would be incredible if they
Yeah.
did, because their powers are pretty strong, too.
Because I think they were questioning it before, because one was hurt, and he was
Yeah,
just ignoring them and
she
saying, like, no,
just
we still have
went
to do
with
this.
him.
Yeah.
She helped him.
So I'm hoping that, like, Eska sees that and, like, you know, will change and maybe try to protect Bolin, because the gang is back together. That's great.
Yeah,
so
that
I'm wondering...
Bolin finally snapped out of it.
Yeah, so I'm thinking now that Bolin will probably be involved in this, so hopefully she'll have a change of heart and see how bad her father really is and maybe turn sides and help him out. That's what I'm hoping for. But I'm glad that, you know, Avatar is back together. Woohoo! The Avatar gang.
Yes,
Team Avatar.
I feel bad for Ginger when she finds out that she's involved with Bolin.
You know, it's just, right? I mean, Ginger, man, she's shallow because I get her reasoning before, because she was trying to tell Bolin, we are characters. It's
right,
fake.
we're actors, we're not.
We're actors, we're not together. But once the fame hit, when he actually, because he's a hero anyways, like he protects people, but this was huge. He protected the president. So for her to be like, oh, fame, fortune, you know, everyone loves you, so of course I want to be involved with you. So shallow to be like, oh, you stupid boy, of course I'm with you. I'm like, oh my God. I love how he loved it. He caught on. He was angry. He's like, well, you told me otherwise. So he believed it finally. But then she's making out with him. And he's like, oh, okay. Oh, you mean right now? I love that scene.
Yeah.
So my favorite, I was dying throughout the whole thing when they were watching the movie. And he's fighting off these waterbenders in real time, and the movie's playing in the background. They kept doing these angles so we would see both, and certain characters were shouting things from the movie at the same time. So that was great. And even the music, so they just kept mixing the two so well together that even just watching Bolin earthbend, and he would turn around or something, and the guy would approach him, and you would hear the scary music start again, like, you know, in real time.
And the audience was still so enthralled. They were just watching it so intently. And
I thought it was exactly, and I know, of course, the president was involved, so they would be like, oh, no, this is actually dangerous, but I thought not until the end people would get it, until thinking it was part of the act, you know, until the end. But I think they did throughout. And I love how the announcer was in the freaking audience. They were thinking of everything throughout this whole thing. You know? And he's so loud.
He's getting so into it. Grabs the guy.
And at first, the panda, like the panda dog, not polar bear dog, but the panda dog, he looked real and he moved like a real animal the first couple times we saw him in the movers. But then they kept showing fake parts of him. So I'm like, maybe it is just a big puppet. But then this one, he's sitting with actual fans and getting his picture taken. So I'm like, oh, maybe he is real. So we saw more of that where they actually had fake parts so he could high five and stuff. So
yeah,
because you can't do that in real
part
life.
of the premiere, so he has to be there with his treats.
And I love how the Pabu character had laser eyes. How great. Like, oh, this is weird. We put that in. He can talk too. And I like how they did that cut because they don't have computer generated stuff back then, you know? So they have Pabu like laying back like this. And he's like, and then they have to do a jump cut of him actually passed out because he starts licking his finger. I thought that was so cute. So this was like really thought through, very loved. I loved it. Yeah, like they put a lot of love into this.
Yes, I'm so glad Mako is out.
Yeah, he went through a lot. I feel bad because thank God he stuck to his guns because he's so serious and he's so good at his job that he stuck by it the whole time. And he's the one who got screwed for it because no one believed him. That's what sucks because in a lot of different scenarios in real life, that happens where when you have a group of people, when something's too far-fetched, we can't believe it until we actually see it for ourselves. So that one person who has the right idea we think is crazy until it's all in our face, you know? So this was like a huge thing. And poor Mako was the one who was in so much trouble for so long. And I'm glad that everyone applauded him at the end. Like, oh, sorry about that, you know? Not just like, oh, woo, great job.
Even Lynn was just blindsided by it.
She was very blindsided, I love how she said about the other guys, like, oh no, there's 2 more openings. Ha ha. These guys are jerks anyways. Like, they weren't good at their job, So I'm glad Mako's back. And Asami, like, I feel bad, but Mako's in a hard place too. Like, I don't fully blame him for that, and I get it because Korra lost her memory, and they're all good people, and he's a caring guy, and she ran up to him all loving, and out freaking has an audience of important people all watching him, so he can't be a jerk and be like, no, we broke up. We broke up. Like, how upsetting would that be and embarrassing for her? So I think that was a good thing. He didn't say anything there. I mean, it kind of stinks he just kept it like that, but I think also he still cares for her. So it was a bad fight. Maybe it'll be okay now. But he has to stop, although Asami kissed him again first, but he kind of has to just
premature.
he has to kind of just take a break because he's messing with these people too much, even though he's not trying to be bad at it. Like, he's not trying to have ill intentions, but it's the wrong message, and now Asami's really upset again. So
he's torn right now.
He is torn. He's kind of staying neutral, and the girls are kind of like jumping on him, you know? So he's just like,
yes, they are.
So it is hard. It's hard, but now it's just making things more complicated. So I hope they can stay like Team Avatar, because that's hard when you have friends that date like the same person, and to keep everything normal, no matter how good you are at being open-minded, that's hard. There's jealousy there, like insecurities. I'm glad you brought that up in the beginning, talking about Team Avatar, and we miss having them together because now they're finally getting back together. And I hope they stay that way. So fingers crossed, and it looks like they're all going to team up and go after, you know, Unilog, and I don't know. It's bad. I hate what he did. I really hate what they did. Yeah, Korra's dad, like, he is such a great waterbender too. He's tough. He's a soldier, or was a soldier, and I just knew, like, we all knew, because even, you know, his brother's daughter and son are just really skilled at waterbending too, and also has control of the spirits. So
and I hope Denora will be okay.
I hope so too. That's so scary. And if her spirit gets out, hopefully she can find her body, because Aang, when Zuko moved his body and Aang went over to his original location, he's like, oh, where am I? So I think he followed the light, or he followed something to get back to his body, but that might be a little hard. So hopefully that works out too. Poor Jinora, poor Tenzin and family.
I know.
She's such a good
I know. And I'm glad she didn't blame Tenzin. I thought she was going to get really angry and be like, you did this, you did it, you know, just break the family apart. But I'm glad I didn't go there. She gets it.
She might get snappy with him after she's okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully after she's okay.
Yeah, he has crazy intentions to just be like, now I'm going to take over the whole world. I'm like, oh my God, who are you? You know, people who think like, I'm just that godly. I could just do what I want, take over everything.
And what's up with Varric, man? He gets his awesome cell with his assistant.
I know, he still gets his way. He just has bars. I was cracking up because I'm like, is he free? So once I saw the bars, I started laughing. I'm like, okay. But, and he has his assistant still with him. Like, I get, because she is in cahoots with him, you know, that maybe she'll have a lesser charge, but she'll be in a different cell. She won't be in the same cell, but he gets his way. And I love how he named his battleship after her. You can take her, but no, the battleship. The pausing's great.
Oh my God,
I do like him. Like, he does have
I do too. He's
good intentions.
charismatic.
He did a lot of bad things, but once he was found out, he owned up to it. I mean, he could not, but he wasn't in denial or victimized himself. He was like, yeah, I did it. Whoops. And he goes, look, but I did good things too. And he was, and he didn't manipulate that. He actually did say good things he did do for them. And then Mako, he's just like, oh yeah, well, no, that wasn't good. They put you in jail.
Yeah, that's right.
So I do like his character, and I want to see more of him, so hopefully he'll be good, or maybe he'll be like a pirate where he just is in it for himself.
Yeah, whatever is
That's
the
right,
best
yeah,
sometimes,
probably,
maybe a code.
best
Not really.
situation.
It was best for him.
Because he was trying to do good things for the South. I get that he was trying to push that. And I see where the president's coming from, too, because he has to protect his people, and if chaos is going to explode like they're saying, I think it's definitely better to listen to Tenzin and friends, you know, and go and hit it at its source to make sure it doesn't happen, because once you give them the upper hand, you might lose control.
They can go anywhere. And
and you might not be able to help your people. But I see what the president's
Right.
saying. Like, he's being a little bit more, I guess, conservative with it and saying, like, no, we got to just stay here and we'll just prepare here. But if you're opening a door to all these spirits and look at them fight and they're pretty much unlimited, like, yeah, I don't know. And this ultimate evil spirit, not going to be a good thing.
As long as
Not
they're
good at all.
together, on board together, and they do their own little part, hopefully they can conquer.
And hopefully they don't have to fight in the spirit world, because I know when they were kind of like in that neutral zone with the two portals, I think, yeah, they were water bending and stuff, but in the spirit world you can't bend. So I'm hoping if all this opens up, they can still bend, because they have the two mixed.
I hope so,
Right.
You know, because that would suck, because bending plays a huge role in this.
Yeah.
That's right, definitely.
They'll be giving up a lot.
Yeah, for sure. We'll find out soon. I really do like
Yeah.
this show. I mean, I know you guys are
I
saying it's not
too.
the best season, but it is very entertaining. And if the main old crew is now involved in this season now, I would assume so, because they're bringing everyone back together because they were so separated before. Or maybe that's just how they wanted the story to happen anyways for the finale, but I'm glad to see them back together, so that's good.
I am
That's
too.
good, yes.
That's good. And I know Bolin lives in a bubble, but when it comes down to it, he really does see the bigger picture.
That's good.
I like them all working together because they all do see things so differently. And Bolin needs Mako, Mako needs Bolin. Like, Bolin's like the heart, I feel like. He's the goofy heart. And he does care a whole lot. And he is smart, but he has major tunnel vision, and he is in a bubble. I'm so like that. Like, I'm definitely a lot more open-minded than I used to be, but I'm definitely in that bubble too. But it's great to have Mako to be like, no, listen, like, this is what's going down. So I'm glad Bolin actually had his eyes open. Not that he was looking for it, but once he saw that boat, he was like, oh. Because, like, in a normal situation, I think you'd go out, it's a party, whatever, like, oh, yeah, that is weird, okay, and just, like, not even think about it twice. But since Mako said that, then it was like, maybe
Good. It's good that he was actually listening to
Yes,
his brother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
so I
just
think that
babbling
helped him
about
really.
his premiere that night.
I know, and I know they were
Right.
trying to show us that how different they were, and they were in such different livelihoods now. So him just like kind of pushing his buttons and saying like, "Oh yeah, look
Oh
at me,
my
I'm pirate
God.
class." I'm like, "Don't say that," but I know he's not
My
trying to
gosh,
be mean,
yes.
but it's showing how.
rude. He goes in the jail cell.
Yeah.
Where his brother
my
is.
gosh.
And he
What
keeps
the-
reminding
Talk
him
about
he's in
himself.
jail and judging him and saying that like you're lower than me or whatever. And
Oh my
I'm just
God,
like, oh
yeah.
my God, but he's not saying it with bad intent, but it's just showing you how
Yes.
oblivious some people
That's
are
right.
when you have everything and you can't see other people struggling and you just
That's
kind of
right.
label them. And I'm like, Bolin, just like we saw that though when he went to Asami's house originally with a butler and he was like, pat me dry, and then he jumps in the pool. So he's just like a spoiled,
Okay, right?
even
Yeah.
though he had nothing to begin with, like some people just aren't
That's all.
ingrained like that. Sometimes you just, you know, take advantage of it. and
live
don't
for the
realize.
moment.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, yeah.
But I think because we're a wonderful family and everything, but I know we struggled a lot growing up, so we do appreciate financial
Yeah.
situations
Yes.
more, you know. So I think we would
Exactly.
totally have a different idea with that, you know, if that ever did happen.
Yes.
If we ever like, not that I would ever take advantage of a butler or something, but I would never. I would be bad at
Always,
that
res-
actually.
always respect
I wouldn't even
everybody.
have one.
Yeah, if I ever had money to have a maid or something, I probably wouldn't have them do anything. I probably would be like, oh my God, here, let me make you a sandwich, or okay,
That's
thanks.
right.
Oh, don't
You
do
worked
that.
hard all day.
I would feel
Have
so
respect.
bad. Yeah, I don't know. It's
Have
just so
respect for
different.
everybody.
Yeah, it's just very different though.
Okay.
Everyone's perspective is so
Yes.
different though, and people don't mean to insult sometimes. Like Bolin,
That's
like
right, they
again, he's
shouldn't.
just oblivious because he's in a different world. You know, like he's blind to
Mhm.
other stuff. So it was just kind
And
of cool to see that.
And Mako sees that. It's like, oh, well, he's not going to help me. Where's
Yeah.
Asami?
Yeah.
They're so
Asami will
different.
listen to me. Where is she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm glad she wasn't hateful. Like, they didn't really explain that too well, or we didn't see that with her, where she really thought that Mako did betray her. Like, he was just in jail, and then Bolin was like, oh, I miss Team Avatar, I miss my brother, I miss everyone together. And she didn't say anything really about Mako at all, or didn't have any expression after being like, holy crap, did he really do all this kind of stuff? And then, oh, now he's free, you were right. And she didn't even like say, oh, sorry, I didn't, that I wasn't there for you.
Yeah,
or,
there needs to be some
Yes.
discussion on that.
Yeah, so there was
That's
no clarification on what her opinion was. She just felt bad. She didn't want to visit him because of what happened with her father. So, but I'm sure we'll find out more. So until
I'm
next
hoping,
time.
especially
Yes.
now that she knows what Varric's done.
Yeah, and even
Yes.
then, people weren't like, they were just like, okay. But I guess they're trying to move the story along too. So
Yeah.
And he did give them a battleship.
yeah, I know. How great is that? Sweet, thanks. And all
Yeah.
her stuff, like Asami's like company stuff, is like there, so she
Yeah,
can get all that
Yes,
back too,
that's
which is
back
right.
good.
up and running. Good.
Yeah. So very good show. I do love it. I can't wait to watch more. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon as always. Bye guys.
Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.